Hello, passengers, and welcome to another episode of Car Conversations. I am Dorinda Monique, and this is Get Your Money Right, where we talk about money, mindset, and mayhem that blocks you from reaching your full financial potential and keeps you from living your best life. Let's go. Alrighty. So let me tell you, baby. So today we are going to talk about some things I saw on yesterday. Yesterday I was invited to a wedding for a beautiful young lady that I watched grow up, and it was an amazing wedding. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. She was so beautiful. I promised myself I was not going to cry. I broke that promise. I cried. Oh well. But let me tell you, I got so very upset with some of her guests because after the ceremony, they went into another room in order to take wedding photos, right? Now, I wanted to get a hug because her and I had an exchange on another social media site, and we had an exchange, and I told her that I didn't think I would be there on time because I had some other obligations, but I definitely was going to try my very best to stop by to if I couldn't do anything else but give her a hug. And she said that she would adore a hug, that she would love a hug, and it was absolutely enough. So lucky for me, the things that I had to do throughout the day did not interrupt my schedule, and I actually was able to get there in enough time to watch her walk down the aisle. So I was just so blessed that I was able to share that moment with her. But then, like I said, I'm not family or anything like that. I am a long time family friend, but I kind of felt out of place, so to speak. There were people that I've known for years that were there, but it's because her uncle and I dated when we were kids, right? And so throughout the years, people have gotten married, family members have had children and grandchildren and things like that. So it was no longer just me knowing the family. It was like really me being an outsider at this point because there were more of them than there were of me, and I just felt out of place. So anyhow, I wanted to make sure I gave her that hug before I left. So I went into the back area where they were preparing to take photos. They hadn't taken them yet. They were preparing to take photos. And I just patiently sat and waited for her to come out because I believe, there's a such thing as decorum, right? We have to be mindful and respectful of people's events, and especially an occasion like a wedding, right? And so I went in the back and I just kind of sat down and I waited. And when they were ready to take pictures, they had, I think, 2 photographers that were there. And then all of a sudden, people just started bombarding this space, and everybody has their cameras out and everyone's taking pictures while the cameraman is taking pictures, and people are calling her and people are saying, hey, look here, and so on and so forth. I mean, it was a madhouse. It was a zoo, and I was furious because, I understand everyone wants to participate in a couple's nuptials, and everyone wants to be a part of that and take a piece of history with them, and be able to take those pictures and videos and so on and so forth. But you know what? It's very disrespectful when you are doing all of this when the bride and groom or even their family members have paid for a photographer or a videographer to take those pictures. Because now what you're doing is you're really kind of wasting their money and you're wasting their time. Mind you, they've paid for an event and they've paid for this event for a set number of hours. And so when you interrupt the flow of things happening, what you're doing is you're blocking their blessing and you're stopping them from using their time to the best of their ability. And so, I don't know how much they paid for the venue, and I don't know if there were any late charges, but I do know that before I left, there was a member of the staff came into that room and says, hey, you guys need to wrap it up, and anybody who's not taking photos need to leave, because they need to get their photos done and they need to leave. They need to excuse themselves from this particular room. I don't know, maybe they had another event happening or on the way, and people were stopping the flow of progress. So I just want to say, it's a beautiful occasion when there's a wedding, a bridal shower, a baby shower, and all of those things. But we have to really be mindful that someone paid for that event, right? And it costs money. Time is money. And when you're blocking people's time, you're blocking and wasting people's money. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what we do, right? We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that in our journey of getting our money right, that we're making sure that we're making right choices so we don't block other people's blessings and their time and their money either. Because just as our money is important to us, their money is equally as important to them. And that was wrong. I was fuming. I left out of there. All of the joy that I had just was overcome with just anger and disappointment. Now, I don't know if she had a wedding coordinator, but I really wanted to just step up and say, hey, hold the presses. If you're not in the photo, get out, right? And if you are in the photo, put your phones away. Put them on the table, put them away, because here's another thing. You're going to have all of these people taking pictures and posting on social media and so on and so forth, and you're stopping the bride and groom from showing and sharing their moment with their family and friends, because you're taking pictures and you're putting it out there before they have the opportunity to say, hey, look at us, we're Mr. and Mrs., right? So be mindful of that. We have to have a mindset where we're compassionate, right, about what's happening with other people. We have to have that mindset because, again, money and mindset goes together. If you wouldn't want it done to you, don't do it to someone else. And I know people are going to say, I wouldn't be bothered. It wouldn't bother me if people want to take pictures, share my. That's what we say. Right? That's what we say. But that's not exactly how we feel. And the proof is in the pudding. When it actually happens to you, it's completely different. Yes, I would want people to share in my moment as well. However, not that way. Because a person generally rents a venue for a set dollar amount for a set number of hours. They rent a photographer for a set number of hours to take a set number of pictures. And when we interrupt that flow, what we're doing is actually blocking the photographer from doing his job. So now he's going to probably charge an additional fee. And then because it's going long, maybe he said, an hour and a half. Now, because it's going long, we're also stopping the flow of when that reception portion starts. And then it becomes an additional fee as well. And now everybody's tired and hungry. It's late. Kids are moving around or what have you. And so we just don't want to do the cakes are ruined because, the cakes, let's say, been sitting there 5 hours or whatever, and the frosting is dripping. So just be mindful. Let's be mindful that to do unto others as we would have others do unto us is a true statement, right? It's the golden rule. And if we live by that golden rule, then guess what? The mindset portion of this is very easy. So with that being said, I thank you for watching. Once again, thank you for supporting me. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that thumbs up button. Share this video with your families and friends, especially if someone you know is getting ready for a wedding. Oh my God, whether they are the guest or the man or woman of the hour. Share this with them and let them know. Don't let people block your blessings by stealing your time away from your event, okay? And then, so again, hit that thumbs up button, share this video, right? Then we want to hit that notification bell, ding, 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 so that every time I upload an episode, you'll be the first to know. And then most of all, subscribe. Please help me out. Subscribe. I'm new to this, right? And I just want to be able to share content with as many people as I possibly can, because money is an issue for all of us, right? I don't care whether you are indigent or wealthy. We can all use better techniques in saving or spending our money, right? Because money is a tool that helps us survive. And so without money, none of us will be here. So this is for everybody. This content is for everyone. So, and then also, we want to make sure that I want to make sure that I am sharing with individuals how to do things better, or I should say differently, to get a better result, right? What do they say the definition to insanity is? If we're always doing the same thing the same way, expecting a different result, it's insanity, right? If we're doing the same thing the same way, expecting a different result, it's insanity. Because if you're doing it the same way all the time, you're going to get the exact same result. Nothing changes. Nothing new happens. It's just going to be the same old thing. And if you're living in a financial chaos right now, guess what? You're going to continue to live in financial chaos. So with that said, have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Get your money right.